Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I have so many artsy things to blab about and share and play with today. Talk about all the things. I hope you do too. That's what makes this the best place in all the land, isn't it? Good morning, Nancy. How are you? I am, so I want to create some artsy fodder. Remember, for the whole month of October, we're going to be creating artsy papers, during Arttober, during our Thursday gatherings, our Thursday pop and paint parties. And so I've been really thinking about, I am so good this morning. I am so good. And I had, well, I'll talk about that later, but I wasn't great, but now I am. Does that make sense? I think because I knew I was going to be creating with you guys. And that always makes me happy. I'm a little stuffy though. That's not great. Anyway, you know, if you're brand new here, please like, comment, share, all the things. Give all the hearts, give all the smiles, give all the thumbs up, all that. That helps me so tremendously. But also, follow and like, and comment and share on the following social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and then ask to join Stitch Along with Anne Facebook group and Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group. So that's that. Okay, so I printed my Hey Boo art printable on copy paper this morning because I had some ideas, and I thought that because I want to build an art journaling entry, right? So we're going to be creating, so last week, remember, we created, just a sec, let me find it, it's right here. We created this, remember the background that had watercolors and cling wrap, remember? And then we enhanced it once it dried, and we peeled off the cling wrap. And I used this as a background for a card. That's why I cut it. Stop it. I'm telling you. I'm just mad for it. Anyway, but I also did another one in like oranges and pink, or orange and yellow and red. This one, which I'm slowly working on. But I really want to do some other colors. Like, this is a technique that I think we can really take far. But just know that Thursday we're going to be doing a whole new background technique. We're just going to be building up our backgrounds, you know, in all the ways. But I was feeling like I wanted to do some artsy pieces. You know, I like the idea of like a really funky artsy background, and then something a little bit more refined as a focal point, but then, you know, an assemblage around it. Anyway, that's kind of where my thinking is right now. So I'm going to just rough cut some of these pieces that I know I want to use. There we go. Because I have different ideas for different things. And I have two sets of mediums out here that I want to play with today. I have my pan pastels, and I have my colored pencils and jelly roll pens. So I'm kind of feeling like I have some ideas of where I want to take things. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to just get doing it. I just have this junky piece of paper that I used for, I think it might have been when I was creating that background paper, remember, with Lauren's borrowed stencil? And I thought, this is the perfect place to, like, you know, get junky. Okay, so these candy corn and this cat, I'm feeling like I really want to do some pan pastel and then my artsy washi tape on top. I'm feeling like that. I really like that technique. I did it on a flower, and I swear that's like one of my favorite flowers I've ever created. So let's start with the pan pastels, and then I will probably cut these out individually. And I thought I had some more. Well, they might be. I think they're on cardstock. So, be that as it may. Okay. So I like orange at the bottom. So let's get some pan pastel on here with my little makeup applicator. And I like to really, I like it nice and saturated with color. So pretty. You know what? Let's do all the bottom this way, and then we can flip it. So I read the most, so Nancy was asking me how I was feeling, how I'm doing this morning. And I wasn't doing great. I had a little, anybody have those moments of self-doubt and imposter syndrome? Ugh, it's the worst, isn't it? Because it just gets a hold of you, and if you don't figure out a way to get it out of your head, it will just eat away at you. And so I've been working really hard on finding ways to combat it in my head. And sorry, it's kind of zoning out on my pan pastels here. Anyway, so I was working on ways to combat it, you know, and ways to see it in a different way. I think that was the most important thing, is to just see it in a different way. Like, try to not think about it as the enemy. Try to think about it as like a reminder to practice what I know. And then, ironically, I'm telling you, the universe works in such a crazy, weird way. So, ironically, then I was scrolling on social media as I was eating my scrambled egg this morning, and I came across a couple of quotes. And then I found another, and then another, and I'm telling you, they all kind of spoke to this feeling I was having inside. So let me finish this, and then I will share them with you. So the first one, oh, look at that beautiful candy corn. The first one I saw was by Van Gogh, and you know, I love me some Van Gogh. I love that Vincent. Just a sec. Okay, so he said, I am always doing what I cannot do yet in order to learn how to do it. You guys, was that like the most perfect? I just felt like that was the most perfect the most perfect way to look at that feeling of insecurity and that feeling of like it's okay. And then it reminded me of a long time ago. I listened to I'm going to set that aside and now work on the kitty cat. I listened to a podcast by Julie Faye Balzer. I hope I said that correctly. Anyway, and she talked about how as an art teacher, you should always be, or anything, any walk of life, really, you should always be willing to be a beginner, because that's going to remind you what it's like for everybody who's trying to learn from you. There you go, Faye Balzer. What it's like to not know, and to like how scary that is to attempt something new and different. And oh my gosh, I just think you're such a better teacher if you do that, you know? Anyway, so I was thinking about that and thinking about what Julie said and what Vincent said, you know, my close personal friends. And then I came across another something. I'm feeling like I might want to do some color blending in this kitty cat. And so I was thinking about blue and purple and pink. I thought that might be a cool kind of Halloween cat kind of deal. Okay. So anyway, then I'm scrolling around and I happened upon this woman who I'd never heard of before, but started following because her stuff is amazing. She's an abstract artist, and she just often has really profound things to say. So she said, she's the one who posted the Vincent van Gogh quote. And then under it, she wrote, "Let's grow as artists by embracing what we cannot do yet. Stay curious and have fun during the process." And it's so interesting because I'm like, I tell you guys that all the time. And sometimes I need to remember to do the same, you know? So I'm just going to see what I have on my applicators here. Just get some color down. And then I just want to have them kind of blend into each other. Oh, I'm loving that. Here we go. Where's the purple? I know I've got purple. Just kind of feeling it this morning. And isn't it fascinating how much is left from my last project? How much pigment is left on these little applicators? Looks like I do need to get a little bit more blue. Anyway, her name is Adele, Sypesteyn. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But you might check her out. I found her fascinating. Maybe let's get a little bit more. Deepen this purple a little bit. Oh, I think I want more pink. I want this more pink up here. I'm thinking I want this pink to kind of join this pink down here. Right? Where's that blue? Blue. And I just really like that blend that kind of happens. So I'm just coming in with much lighter pressure, seeing if I can There you go. There you go. That's her name. That's her name, Keels. Thank you very much. Anyway, so that kind of got my train of thought rolling. And then I came across another, I'm telling you, it was like the universe was just lining things up for me this morning. And then I came across this other, sorry. Oh, goodness. Anyway, I came across another post, and this post had someone speaking. And this voice was saying, like, I went back and I wrote down everything that voice said. Creativity is not a talent. It is a stance, a mood, childlike, pointless, purposeless, fun. Creativity is an action. It emerges in the doing, like a butterfly from a cocoon. This is why imposter syndrome is so pernicious. It blocks the doing by demanding practice and study until you're good enough. It basically wants the butterfly to learn to fly by lifting weights. And that quote is from a woman named Susan de Rende. I believe that's her. Anyway, so then someone else had posted that, and she was talking about Morning Lana. She was kind of giving her thoughts on that quote. Creativity is a mindset. True. Rooted in curiosity and playfulness. Come on, right? Let's get a little bit more of this blue worked into those other colors. And look at that gorgeous periwinkle that just kind of emerges. I love that. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. Look at that. I like to just have that moment where I can break the color. Have it just kind of blend seamlessly into the next. I love that. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get back to where we were. I got a little lost in my color application. Okay, creativity is a mindset rooted in curiosity and playfulness. It flourishes through action and experimentation. Imposter syndrome often hinders this process, insisting we must be good enough before we create. However, true creativity thrives in exploration and joy, free from the pressure of perfection. By letting go of the need for validation, we can celebrate the act of creation itself and invite everyone to participate in the adventure of imagination. Come on. How stinking brilliant is that? It was like, I thought I needed to hear it this morning, and I hope that somebody out there needs to hear it too, and then can just embrace their own creativity. Everybody take a drink. $64 ounces. Let's blend. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Wasn't it? I just felt like it just kind of spoke to me this morning. And I hope it speaks to one of you too. Oh, loving this. I'm loving it, loving it. I've kind of contaminated some of my colors. There we go. Okay, I'm kind of digging that. Like, those were the ones that I for sure wanted to play with the washi tape on top of the pan pastel, because I really want to keep experimenting and playing with that technique. So now I don't want to do this guy. I think I want to, I don't know what I want to do with that, but let's cut that off so it doesn't get, put that over there. Okay, now my friend Peggy got me this fixative. Forever and a day I used workable fixative, and it came in an aerosol can, and it worked great, but you had to do it outside. You had to have ventilation. This stuff you can do inside. It doesn't need any ventilation. It's, oh my gosh, it's lovely. So I'm going to give these both a spray and then set them aside to dry while we move on to something else. Because you know, that's who we are. It's how we do around here. Okay, now I had some ideas about this, well, really a lot of things. I had some ideas about these pieces, and maybe this spider web also, with colored pencils. And so I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna lose myself in coloring with colored pencils this morning. That just sounds grand to me. So I'm gonna try and wipe off as much pan pastel as I can on my paper towel. And then let's just start playing with these. I am telling you right this minute, I am madly in love with this disco ball. It's so funny how things happen. This disco ball bat didn't start out like this. It started out looking like much more traditional bat. And then I was taking things away and adding things and all kinds of things. And then I was like, oh, remember when we did disco balls on the first day of 2023? I loved those disco balls. And so I was like, oh, I want to, like, how can I make that work some more? So that's how he started to become a disco ball. And wait until you see some of the things that Lauren and Tessa, some cards that are coming down the pike with amazing techniques using that disco bat. So I'm thinking, I like that idea of the blue and the blue and the pink and the purple, but now I'm thinking, what if I did with green? Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to pull all of the colors that I am kind of thinking about, and then we'll make some decisions. And now I'm looking at this aqua. That's pretty. Let's see what else we got. There. Does anybody else do this? Like, pull a whole bunch of colors and look at those colors and hem and haw about those colors. I think I have. There. Okay. So I love these colors, and so I'm feeling like I might kind of just work with this palette for a bit. the disco ball gives you all these opportunities for color right here, all these different, doodads. So I'll get my pencil sharpener up because those are small spaces, so we need to be able to get in tight spaces. I'm thinking it's almost like the sea. Do you know what I mean? The colors are kind of almost like oceany kind of colors. I'm kind of digging that. Oh my gosh, I love this purple. It's called Wisteria. I love it so much. It's just like this full-bodied lavender. I love it so much. And I do tend to use it kind of a lot. There we go. What else do we have? I know that I have two. I have olive green light and dark olive green. Love both of those. There we go. There we go. All right, let's just start coloring, don't you think? So I told you about my, I told you about my little epiphany this morning. How about you? Does any of that happen to any of you where you're just feeling some sort of way, and then if I chill out enough, the answer kind of comes to me. I'm telling you, Debbie, I got it at the Detroit Airport bookstore. And I have so many of them now because I buy them almost every time I go there. It's called the Mighty Sharpener, and it's by Ooly, O-O-L-Y, Ooly. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Anyway, everybody take a drink. I love it for a couple of reasons. I love it because it sharpens in 3 ways. I love it because everything is contained inside of this, right? This is how you empty the shavings. It opens up on that end. So it's perfect for travel because I can sharpen and I can not worry about the shavings coming out until I can get to a trash can. Anyway, I love it. I really don't know how many I've bought because I give them to friends too. Because why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Okay, this one is olive green light and olive green, dark olive green, and they're both they're Polycolor by Coronor. I just love them, so pretty. And you know what? I remember exactly where I was when I bought these. I know this is crazy talk, but I was at a art store with Keely and Peggy and in Madison. And we went down in this basement and I found these pencils and I was like, oh, I love them. I love them. So let's come in. Oh, you know what? Let's start with my lime peel first. Let's see what we get with that. Just barely touching our paper. Just getting some pigment down there. And now let's come in with the light olive green around the edges. Circle-y blend. And then let's come in at the very, very edge, the dark. Right? There's still time to register for Back to Art School 102. Oh, look at that. I have 3 pieces of art that you're going to be able to practice everything I teach you. We're going to play with highlighters and Elmer's glue and swirl or rainbow colored pencils. Oh my gosh. Good googly moogly. I'm telling you, I've created so much fun and I still have more ideas. Like it grows every day. I have copious notes. Let's see. Let's do one of these in each line. What do you think of that? So now let's come in with the light. Let's do those edges again. Look at that, it's so pretty. It's just this little bit of depth is going to create really fun what's the word I'm looking for? Like shape and form. Just that little bit on the edges. There we go. And remember, this paper's not nailed down to your workspace. You can turn it. You can turn it and make it easier for your hand to apply color. So pretty. Now I'm thinking, what's next? What's next? I think I want to use that wisteria because I was just talking about it. Now it's in my head. Okay. So pretty. So pretty. Okay. Ooh, I did want to tell you about a new artist that I've been listening to. His name is George Ezra, E-Z-R-A, George E-Z-R-A. And my two favorite songs so far are Shotgun and Hold My Girl. And I think you might have probably heard them. They're kind of out there in the universe right now. Let's go. Let's get that purple over here. That wisteria. Let's go in the middle. And again, my pencil is barely touching the surface of my paper. I just want to get little bits of color down there. I don't want to, because I want to do that slow build. You know, I love me a slow build of color. Okay, I think this is Imperial Violet. I love Imperial Violet, another favorite. So let's go to the corners. That's quite a bit brighter, but that's okay. Right? Because we can do we have many blending tricks up our sleeves, right? This one I used 3 colors. This one, let's just do 2. So I've got my wisteria, then my Imperial Violet, but you use whatever 2 purples you're using, or 2 blues, or whatever you're, pink or orange or whatever you're doing. Right? Okay. Now I'm going to come back with wisteria and go over. That's going to soften where it was. And I'm trying to use just the very side of my pencil so that I start to get that blendy bliss with the rounded edge, because remember I sharpened this. So I want to get the roundest part, or create the roundest part by sticking with that same side. Because if I roll my pencil in my hand, I'm going to go to a sharp side again. So, oh, look at that. And do you see how I've left just that little bit in the very center, lightness, right? So that's giving me some form too. Okay, everybody take a drink. We've got to get to our 64 ounces, everyone. Okay, what about, okay, so I can do blue next. Oh, I have this periwinkle that's to die for. But I also have like aqua and turquoise, which I'm kind of digging. So let's see. This jade green, this is turquoise green. So let's, let's do some turquoise first. There we go. I'm deliberately, like I said, I'm not putting any pressure on my paper with my pencil. I'm deliberately, when you're holding your pencil, you have the power to kind of pull back slightly, and that will help you control your pressure, right? Remember, this guy is what does all the work. Okay, so this is turquoise green. So let's now look for, what is this one? Aquamarine. I feel like that will go with that. So this cobalt turquoise, let's come in. And this is very rounded, so I should have nice blendy bliss on that. So we're just going to get bits of that color in there on the edges. So like I said, registration is open for Back to Art School 102, and that will be live on October 19th. It's a Saturday morning, but you know, like any of my classes, you can, once you pay for it, you can pop in that group anytime. And like I said, oh my gosh, wait till you see the artwork that I have. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Let's come back with that lighter aqua and do some blendy. Excuse me, turquoise green. Oh, so pretty. Okay, what was the other thing? Oh, so I'm still watching the Moonflower Murders on PBS. It's so good. If you're just looking for an easy kind of detective-y mystery to watch, it's lovely. And it's by Masterpiece, which I love Masterpiece. Okay. Take a drink and I'll ponder what color I want to do next. How about all of you? Anybody watching anything new and interesting and different? Okay, let's do this aqua. Some aqua up there. Let's do right here. Right here. Right here. Here. way down there in that little bitty corner. Let's come in. I think this is aquamarine. If you like British whodunits, Mayflower Murder is something that you might want to check out. Oh, so what did you you love it? That's so funny. Charlie and I were just, Jeff's friend Charlie and I were just, he was over for Sunday dinner and he was asking me if I was going to watch it, and I said, I don't know. And I think he must be really curious about it because, well, he's a big Andy Griffith fan. And I said, did you watch the first Matlock? And he said, no. And I said, really? I loved the old Matlock. So, yes, it's on my list, Keels. All right. Now I have 3 things over here. I don't know how I managed to do that. You love the new Matlock too. All right. I did start to watch on the airplane coming home last time, coming home to Phoenix. I watched Elsbeth. Has anybody started to watch that? I kind of dug it. I think because I know, Nance. Let's check it out and we can give our opinion. Let's do blue. Okay, I've got a couple of blues here. I've got, you know what? I love Elsbeth because I remember that character from, oh my gosh, what was the show with Julianne Margulies? Oh, Keely, what was the name of that show? Darn it. Oh, what was the name of that show? Anyway, I loved that. I loved that show. The Good Wife. Oh my gosh, I loved The Good Wife. I loved The Good Wife. I loved that. I was sad when it ended. I was also sad when Madam Secretary ended. I loved that one too. Okay, let's start with this Periwinkle, which I think might be a good transition-y. Let's do Periwinkle up there. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have, well. Let's do an extra one there. I did there. Okay, what do I have here? I have a polychromo. I don't have very many polychromos. Cobalt blue. Let's play with that. It's a good partner color, I think. There we go. I'm telling you that flight home is about, it's a little more than 3 hours. Sometimes close to 4. But I'm just going to tell you, I look for a series that I've never watched, or a movie that I've never watched. And sometimes I'm really intent on watching it, and sometimes I just need something to kind of, you know, take my mind off the flight. Sometimes I just listen, sometimes I really watch it. I really watched Elsbeth, and I really liked it. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 to still, 5, 6. All right, so let's go. Let's put an extra green right here. I really like Kathy Bates too. Did you anybody watch the interview with her on was it on CBS Sunday Morning or 60 Minutes? Now I don't remember. Anyway, she had an interview and it was lovely because she thought she hadn't thanked her mom during her acceptance speech when she won the Oscar, and she had. And so it was just this moment. You know, I'm all sensitive about moms these days, so it was lovely. I'm just going to tell you right this minute. It was lovely. It was so lovely. Okay, so now I need something to go here, and I feel like it needs to either be, it can't be purple because then I'd have purple, 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 but it can be blue, even though well, let's just do blue. I just need to make a decision. So remember, on Thursday, we are going to be doing another background, another artsy paper. Let's blend that in a little bit with our lighter blue. Okay, digging that. Okay, so I think purple could go up here. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to put there. Let's do green right there, I think. Because I already have a purple, I already have a blue. Green. Let's do another green. Remember, it doesn't have to be like exact or anything. I just want it to be kind of balanced. Balanced doesn't mean, at least in my artsy mind, doesn't mean that it has to be like symmetrical or anything like that. I just need to aesthetically pleasing to my eye. Right? Because your eye is the only one that counts. I promise. Now, the wings. I'm feeling like the wings. I think I either want to go blue or purple. What are you thinking? Let's take a drink and ponder. Make a decision, Anne. Make a decision. I feel like Halloween is more purplish, so let's do purple. So I'm just going to do that circly blend, barely putting color down for our beginning of our bat's wings. It's making me happy. So really check out George Ezra. I think you'll like. He's kind of upbeat and I don't know. I listen to him when I go on my morning walk, and I don't know. I just really liked him. So I have a little dot of something on the back of my paper here. So now I'm going to start to build up some color with the same color. See what I'm doing? Just circly, circly, circly blend. Just build up that color, pulling out. Remember, we know it's going to be deeper shade right here because that's where the wing is touching the disco ball, right? We want to play up this shape, so we're going to do back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Right? There. there. And let's blend that out ever so slightly. Okay, now let's do this one so we're kind of even. I like to keep, if I'm doing multiple things with the same color, I like to kind of do them in the same like session, for lack of a better word, because I always feel like I might not get back to that same mindset. I know that sounds a little bit cuckoo, but it's me. Ooh, now I'm excited to watch the new Matlock. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Get a nice blend there. Remember, we want to play up that shape right there. So let's back, forth, back, forth. But do you see I'm not going right to the edge? By doing that, it's really giving me some nice form. Kind of gives it some added dimension. There we go. Back, forth, back, forth. Then blend that out. Back, forth, back, forth. Blend it out. Okay. Now let's go with a deeper purple. What do we got? The Imperial Violet. That it reminds me of Mulan. The Imperial something in Mulan. So let's try here, back, forth, and then let's do that circly blend. And this is going to look pretty harsh until we blend out just a little bit more with that wisteria. I know that that looks really stark, but I promise we'll blend it out. There we go. I've just been really thinking about all of those quotes from this morning. I just feel like it just really spoke to me. Oh, you know what? This kind of, what if we do just a little line right there? It's gonna just kind of create this cool, dimension. Okay, now let's go back with the wisteria. Remember, we want to go on that flat part so we continue to blend really well. There we go. There we go. Soften, soften, soften. And I'm just going to do that same swirly blend right up those veins or whatever they are in a bat wing. I don't know. So do we want to do that? What do you think, you guys? Do we want to do blue on the ears, or are we going to stick with the purple? I think maybe stick with the purple. Back, forth, back, forth. Build that up nicely right there. some color up there, right in the center, and then maybe the ear will look kind of like a shape. You see how I'm just doing this kind of a crazy triangle inside. And let's take that Imperial Violet, back forth. Let's just do a line up the center. Let's do the same over here. Line up the center. So it kind of looks like a T, but then we'll bring back that wisteria and let's blend that out. Stop it. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it so much. But now I want to deepen the Imperial Violet. I feel like I want to come in just a little bit more. There we go. Oh, love that. Ooh, let's do a comfort book. Okay. Why break what you can when you can bend? You don't have to cope with everything. You don't have to handle everything. You don't have to keep a lid on everything to get through a day. You can't turn tides. Oh, thank you, Keely. You can't defy gravity. You can't go against the grain without getting splinters. But you can drop the disguise. You can feel what you feel. You can stretch out inside yourself. You can cry. You can feel. You can show what you are. You can, in fact, be you. Is that it? I think so. Oh, man, that was good, wasn't it? I think we need to take a drink after that one. Well, I didn't get to finish my, I didn't get to finish these guys, but, because they're kind of curly, but my idea is that I want to cover each piece with some of my washi tape. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with that bat. I'm thinking this the hexagons, I think that might be the way to go. Just because it's big enough that it's okay, I think this might be the one. And it goes pretty pretty close to edge. Let's see what we got. Okay. There we go. So we could do it this way. So I'm just going to start laying some of that down over everything. Let's see if I can kind of line that up. Yeah. And then I'll have to do some tricky X-Acto work, but that's okay. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Okay. Where's my... Okay. So I think I want to... remove some of the excess, just that little bit of an overlap. Okay, let's see. Oh, perfect. This one, start up here so I have a running start. You know what I mean? Yes! Man, don't you love when it all comes to fruition, when it all happens the way you want it to? It doesn't always happen that way. Okay. There we go. One more, I think. There we go. That's looking good, I think. Looking good in the neighborhood. Okay, now I want to take my bone folder and do some, there we go, and really burnish that in. I love that. I can see the, oh, it's gonna look so good. This just adds like this little bit of texture and funkiness. Like right now it looks different than it's gonna look once I fuzzy cut it. But this one looks like I have like a white stripe, so how can I remove that? Does that need to be burnished? Or cut off? I don't know. Let's try burnishing first. Okay. Please, 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 don't be a mess. Yay. Yay. Okay. All right. So now I want to kind of do a rough cut, because then I kind of have another idea. I think I might want to enhance this with some colored pencils, I'm feeling like. Oh, I'm kind of getting pretty close to my fussy cut here. Making it kind of easy. The only challenge are the whiskers, and if I stop and give myself some time, they'll be fine. Know what I mean? Okay. Stop it. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it so much. Okay. Now I have a lot more fuzzy cutting to do there, but my thought is, what if my two favorite pinks, hot pink and processed red. Okay, what if I come in here and just kind of embellish that, right? And then remember, at the tippity top, it's purple. So, let's get that wisteria. Hey, Deb. Oh, I'm so glad you made it home safe and sound. And I'm so glad you got to visit your granddaughter and explore Nashville. Keely and I have been talking about a Nashville trip forever and a day. So now we're just going to have to make it happen, I think. You guys, it's going to be gorgeous. I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh my gosh, I'm so far over. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. I just kind of got lost in my creating. I hope you get lost in your creating today. I adore you all. Drink your water. And remember, imposter syndrome can just move on down the line. Thanks so much, everybody, for hanging with me. Remember, tomorrow is Stitch Along over in the Stitch Along with Anne Facebook group. And then Thursday, remember, we're going to create some more artsy papers over in our next Pop and Paint Party. So, until then, go out and make it a terrific Tuesday. And remember how much I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.